You know what's wild? Some of the stuff that made you the most anxious, the most tired, the most confused in life didn't even come from you. They were ideas, beliefs, passed down like hand me down genes from teachers, parents, movies. That one nosy aunt who always smelled like Vicks and judgment. They weren't your truths, but they sounded wise. So you wore them anyway. And somewhere along the line, they started to feel like you. And maybe right now, you're walking around carrying this mental backpack full of bricks, thinking it's just part of being an adult. But today, we're unpacking it. We're naming the lies, not to blame anyone, not to rant, but to free you. So you can start living from truth, not fear disguised as wisdom. Let's go brick by brick. Lie number one, you should have everything figured out by now. Oh, this one. This one's like the Wi-Fi password everyone pretends to know, but no one actually does. Somewhere between your mid-20s and your first back spasm, society starts whispering, "You're behind." Behind what exactly? There's no finish line. There's no invisible scoreboard in the sky. But still, you panic because you see people your age getting married, launching businesses, eating kale voluntarily, and meanwhile, you're sitting there Googling, how much sleep is too much sleep? Listen, there is no timeline. You're not late, you're not early, you're not expired produce. You're a human, not an Amazon Prime package. Your journey is not a group project, it's yours. Own the mess, own the pauses. Some people peak at 16. You're still preheating, and that's okay. Next lie. Don't make a scene. Raise your hand if this one's been living rent-free in your soul since childhood. You cry in public? Shh, don't make a scene. You speak your truth? Whoa, calm down. But let me tell you something. You were born to make a scene. You were born to raise your hand when something felt wrong, to cry when it hurt, to laugh too loud, to walk into a room and be noticed, not blend into the wall like emotional wallpaper. Making a scene isn't the problem. The world is just uncomfortable with people who no longer perform politeness while drowning inside. Be the scene. Be the whole theater if you have to. All right, here comes a spicy one. Strong people don't cry. You ever hear that and just want to chuck a shoe at the nearest motivational poster? Let's get this straight. Strength isn't pretending. It's not the stiff upper lip. It's not swallowing your pain until it shows up as back pain and petty arguments. Real strength is feeling deeply and not being afraid to show it. Crying isn't a glitch, it's a feature. It's your nervous system saying, "Hey buddy, we're full. Time to unload." You cry because your body trusts you enough to let go. And if anyone ever told you that crying makes you weak, they were probably so emotionally constipated they make statues. Look expressive. Cry. Sob. Ugly cry. Do it in the shower. In traffic. In aisle 7 of Target. You're not a robot. Let the water fall. You want another classic? You have to earn rest. Okay, deep breath. This one's been ruining lives for decades. If you only rest when you're exhausted, that's not self-care. That's recovery. You're not a machine. You're not a productivity goblin that runs on hustle and iced coffee. Rest is your birthright. Rest is holy. Rest is when your soul stops sprinting and remembers who it is. The lie says, once you finish everything, then you can rest. But there is no finish. There's always more laundry, more emails, more chaos. You don't rest because you've earned it. You rest because you're alive. You rest because you're worthy. Your value is not based on output. You are not Wi-Fi. You don't have to perform to be worth connection. Cue dramatic voiceover. This next lie is rated E for everyone. Always be nice. Sounds sweet, right? Nope. This one's sneaky. It's how people-pleasing gets dressed up in a bow tie. Be nice sounds like empathy, but often it means don't rock the boat. Say yes when you want to say no. Smile while your boundaries are being violated. But here's the thing. You can be kind and still say hell no. You can be compassionate and still walk away. Being nice is about keeping the peace. Being real is about making peace with yourself. Don't be a doormat. Be a velvet rope. Not everyone gets access. You deserve a life where your soul doesn't have to wear a mask to be accepted. Now, this one, oof, this one's deep. If you fail, it means you're not good enough. Number no, it doesn't. Failure isn't a verdict, it's a teacher. It's that annoying but wise mentor that shows up when you thought you were killing it and whispers, "You missed a spot. You're gonna fail." Sometimes hard, sometimes spectacularly. The kind of fail where even your dreams need therapy. But hear me, failure is feedback. That's it. It's not your identity. It's not a tattoo. It's not a sign that you're doomed. You're not defined by your worst moment. You're shaped by how you respond to it. So fail forward, fail upward. Just don't stop. Don't make failure the villain. Make it the plot twist. Let me tell you a story. There was a girl, grew up thinking emotions were dangerous. She learned early, tears got punished, anger got shut down. She became quiet, polite, successful. But inside, she was empty, like a vending machine of smiles with nothing left inside. One day, her friend died, unexpected, out of nowhere, and for the first time in years, she cracked open. She cried, for days, for weeks, and somewhere in all that grief, something woke up. She realized her emotions weren't the enemy, they were the bridge to healing, to connection, to life. That girl was my friend, and that breakdown became her breakthrough. Don't run from your feelings. They're not weakness, they're the doorway to your power. Let's hit one more lie, the big one. The one that wraps around your brain like fog on a windshield. If it hasn't happened by now, it never will. I hate this one because it steals hope. And hope is the fuel that gets you out of bed when everything else says stay down. Let me be crystal clear. Time doesn't kill dreams. Quitting does. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. Some of the most beautiful stories start at the exact moment you were about to give up. Some of the most legendary comebacks began in a whisper. What if I tried one more time? That whisper, that's your soul. Still alive. Still hopeful. Still fighting. Listen to it. Let me hit you with some real truths to replace all those fake ones. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to be productive to deserve rest. You don't need to have it all figured out to take the next step. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not the worst thing that ever happened to you. You are growing. You are becoming. You are unfolding. Just like you're supposed to. So drop the bricks, the false beliefs, the mental chains. You don't have to carry them anymore. Your mind doesn't need more pressure. It needs permission. Permission to heal. Permission to say no. Permission to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Permission to begin again. And if you're watching this thinking, dang, I wish someone had told me this 10 years ago, then let this be the moment that counts. This is your line in the sand. Today, you begin shedding the lies. Today, you step into the truth. And not just any truth, your truth. The world doesn't need more nice. It needs more real. It doesn't need more perfect. It needs more honest. And it doesn't need more people who've got it all figured out. It needs more people like you, still showing up, still feeling, still growing, still here. You've got this. You always did. Now go. Make a scene, take up space, and build a life that makes those old lies look ridiculous. Because they were. And deep down, you always knew it.